I want to talk a little bit about strategy. We've talked a little bit about how you can create some decent videos. You're starting off, you're making a good intro, you've got your pattern interrupts, you've got your basic editing down. But now I got to decide, now I've got that. What am I actually going to shoot video about? As a business owner here, let's say I own a pizzeria, what can I actually make video content about? What's like a good strategy framework?
As a pizzeria, that's going to be something where you want to get them in there. And so you want to show something that's going to entertain them a little bit, to, make them smile. And you can teach them too. So I do a little bit of both with that. I do a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of how to, because I want, like you said at the beginning, I want them to feel like when they watch the video, they've learned something. And go back through all of the questions you've ever been asked about your product, about your business. And that is a great place to start. Write all those down. Make that, start a notepad or a note app where you've got a content bank, just a never-ending list, and questions that you get currently, questions that you've got in the past, compliments that people have given you on certain things. They probably want to know how you did that thing. How do you get your pizza to get so thick? You give them a little tip. And that's going to make them feel like they're getting something from you, no matter what your industry is. If they're not in the market for it right then, at least you're giving them a reason to continue to come back to your account, your platform, so that they continue to build that trust with you. And when it's time for them to go purchase a pizza, you are the person they think of first.
Top of mind, because not only are you entertaining, but you're also educating. So do you think that's important that you do both in each video, or do you think it's a good idea to maybe at the beginning of the month or beginning of the week, kind of get an idea of what your calendar is going to look like, what your schedule is going to look like for video content? Or is it better just to go off the fly and just go for it? What do you think? What would you suggest to someone starting out?
I think everybody's different. I think that people who want to plan the entire month, I am super impressed with that. I am not that person. But when you know what your content categories are, when you've got that list and you've got the ideal person, and you're not going to figure out who exactly that is right from the get-go, but as you continue to get those questions I was talking about, you continue to really get a better idea of who your audience is. And your audience, or your ideal person, I should say, doesn't just want one thing from you. For instance, my ideal client doesn't just want video tips. She wants to be confident. She wants to know how to edit. She also wants to know how she can, like you asked me, batch content so that she's saving time. She also has insecurities, and I've got a lot of lessons of things that, for mistakes I've made. So I share personal stories so that I can teach them through my past and my stories. So when you figure out who you're talking to and you realize all of the different categories, which I recommend you have 5 to 12, you can have as many as you want. Now you've got a starting place, and you can go to your calendar, whether you want to do it 30 days, a week, 3 days, and you can at least start with the very basic, simple topic of one category and say, okay, how to edit. That's going to be this category that day. So at least I know that's what I'm talking about that day. Then I can come back to it and figure out the angle, or I can write it down right then. So go ahead and figure out what your topics are, the angle, what you want to help your ideal person with. Then you go a step further and you come up with your bullet points. I never recommend you script, because you don't want to sound like a robot, but you should always plan your videos. I find when people have that aha moment of, oh, if I plan it and I have structure to my video, now I feel like I can get on camera and do this. This is not as scary because you know what you're going to be saying and you know who you're talking to.
So do you think it's better, let's say in your videos, because listen, I'm the same way. I do some impromptu videos. I do some more planned out videos. I kind of do a mix. But do you think it's better with videos to have multiple points in your video, or is it better just to come out with like one motivational message? Is it good to kind of do a spread? What are your kind of thoughts on creating a plan for your video and your outline?
I think it depends on how much time we're talking. On Reels right now, you only have 15 seconds. I find that I can do a list of 3 to 5 things. Now, I don't know if I could fit that in if I was using my voice on Reels in 15 seconds. I could do it in text bubbles. Maybe I've actually gotten away. I've done it. I think I had 6 points in one, and I did it with a voiceover, and then I just had video supporting of each point, demonstrating. But I also find that series work really well. So if we're
Yeah.
talking about TikTok and Reels right now, not IGTV, but or actually it would work on that too. But if you have different parts, like a series about the same topic, now you've got more time to play with to flesh out that one point. But you're also telling your viewer, oh, she's got 5 more of these. Let me go back and binge watch.
So that's really smart. Very, very effective on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that pizza owner, right? Super simple. This is how we make the dough. Part 1. This is how we do the sauce. Part 2. This is how we throw the dough in the air and it lands on my chef's head, right? Just I think having a mix of fun and the different episode numbers I think is a really good thing. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode. I've got several other episodes right here for you. Smash one of these videos to make sure that you don't miss out on the tips, tools, and tactics of industry experts. Let's take that side hustle full time. Smash one of these links.